I know your target audience was young kids coming from the area racing, and I want to tell y'all this, man. It don't matter where you from. You could be from racing, you could be from New Orleans, you could be from Miami. It don't matter, man. You gotta have that drive and focus in your heart and in your spirit, man. You could do anything you want. Don't let nobody deter your dreams. Stay focused and stay ambitious, man. Gotta get it. It don't matter what you trying to do. You could do it, man. Just put that fire to it, put that ambition to it, and keep going. You'll be able to be successful. Believe in yourself.
What's good, YouTube fam? Collective Perspective Project episode 2 is coming right up. I'm very, very happy to show you guys this next episode. The guy I have on, his name's Sabree'Nazeer Abdullah. He's a mortgage broker. We went to high school together, we played a little football together, and he comes from Raceland, and he's doing some great things with his life, and I want you guys to just see what he has going on. Hopefully he could inspire you to kind of take a similar path, or at least connect with him if you need to buy a house. I'm going to put all of his channel information, all of his link information up here so that you guys can contact with him if you ever in the need for a house or any type of information on mortgage lending in general. Very pleased to present Mr. Sabree'Nazeer Abdullah. So like we've been wanting to do this for a while. Obviously, I had to cancel you last time. We had to reschedule the first time. So that either means business is doing great or it's just a lot of meetings. And so tell me the process in that. Is it a lot of people who just come by, have a consultation with you, and just to kind of like see what's up, and then, they working on themselves in the meantime, and you got to kind of prep them through?
Right. So that's the first step. So pretty much I do an intake. I'll see what that person file is like. I have to get them to fill out the application. I'll review their credit report, and I'll pretty much crunch the numbers. I see what they can afford. In that time, it's like I gotta gauge to see if they're really motivated to buy a house. Do they understand the process of buying a house? And if they are, then we go to the next step of getting them pre-approved. If not, then what I'll run a simulation, and that credit simulation to let them know everything they need to do to get in position to buy a house.
Right. So that credit simulation, give me 1 second. All right, cool. Yeah, I didn't want to have no kind of weird audio things with a little feedback. Yeah, so like that consultation means a lot to some people, especially if they don't necessarily check their credit. They just know that they tired of renting. What's some like quick advice for people like just trying to get in that market and trying to or let me ask you this first. Is it even a good thing to buy a house? Is it something that people should do? How much is renting? How much they really do have to think about? What's some of the factors that you would say, are you ready to buy a house?
All right. So the first factor is income, man. Like, do you have enough income? Do you have enough money saved up? Because buying a house is a huge responsibility. When you're renting, this is the benefits of renting. You pay your rent. You don't have to worry about no repairs. You don't have to worry about the line. You don't have to worry about pretty much anything as long as you got your rent. When you buy a house, everything's on you. Taking care of the grass, any repairs, that's on you. That's part of your bill. So you got your mortgage and you're paying for repairs. The benefit of owning property, a lot of people might take for granted is that it's the start of building wealth. When you buy a house, the market is going to have an increase of equity in that house. So your property is over time is going to build equity. What the benefit of that is, at some point in time where you want to sell a house or maybe draw money from the house, you have money stashed into your house that you pretty much can't touch it until you go ahead and get a HELOC or cash out refinance, or you sell your house.
Yeah, whenever you equity loan.
Equity loan, pretty much. You could do equity loan. It's a few different products you could do to get that cash out. But it's pretty much you put your money into your house and it's an investment. And over time, when that house value raises up, you have positive equity. So you have money that you could tap into, and you could do other things with it.
Right. That's very informative because like I said, when I bought this house, I did a little bit of an untraditional path. It's a family property. So I laid a lump sum to my grandparents, and then we started paying them, a little bit. Well, the whole deal was after 2 years, we flip it into a traditional mortgage.
Right.
Well, because I was paying like that, it wasn't really even accredited to a lender. It was like, oh, you got all of these paper documents, but this don't really mean nothing, in terms of how you prepare. So I had to get repaired. I had to extend the time with my grandparents so that we can flip it into a traditional mortgage. So yeah, it's buying a house is a huge responsibility. I'm in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. All of the trades. So look, when something goes wrong, being a kitchen table salesman as an HVAC salesman for quite a few years. I work in a distributorship now, but it's a 8,500 to 12 grand expense that you wasn't ready to have. And a lot of these people offer financing, but that only looks worse whenever you're trying to go after something else for your credit. So there's a lot to think about when buying a house. But as a homeowner, I'll say this: it may be a lot of work, but the benefits do outweigh. You don't want to be paying a lot of stuff to rent unless you really just don't want to have something of your own. Like you said, build equity. I checked into equity loan for my own home. I come to find out I had almost $48,000. I mean, $48,000 in equity in my home that I could have used to do something, repairs, get out of a bind, and all of these things. So that was some real great information that I got, and I'm glad that you're teaching those people about that type of thing too. So you say you were doing something different before. What really did inspire you to become a mortgage broker specifically? Were you working in real estate, working around people? You knew somebody?
Yeah, all right. So I wasn't working in real estate. I was I'm at the same job. I'm in supply chain at a warehouse. Been there for the last 10 years. But I was in a position where I wanted to buy a house. And the first time I went to apply, I got denied. I wasn't informed about the credit scores. I was informed about how much I needed to be saving. I just went into the application, just hoping and crossing my fingers that I get approved.
Wow.
So whenever I got denied, it wasn't too much of a discouragement, but I wanted to learn about it and I wanted to know about it. So that's whenever, I got with a mortgage broker and he pretty much ran down all the steps I needed to take to get in position to buy. And I'm like, I thought to myself, a lot of people don't know about this stuff. You look at people that's renting or people that just not active in, pursuing purchasing a home. They don't know a lot of this stuff. So I was like, man, it's not hard to understand. And I could see myself advocating to people that's, that's, I guess, not informed of these things. So, I took the initiative to go ahead and get my license and start working in the industry. And, like I said, I like it a lot. Helping people and people understand what they need to do to get in position to buy a house, is great to me because I'm helping somebody do something that it's going to benefit in the long run, but it's something that a lot of people want to do.
Right.
People say it's the American dream. So, buying your first house is very important, and being knowledgeable, working with the right people is very important as well.
Right. So, another thing that I like to, try and address on this channel is, I work in sort of what they call a niche market, and so do you in a certain way. We work in a subset of a market, you technically work in real estate, that's the largest subset of what you do. But you also work in finance, which is a larger subset. I technically work in mechanical systems, but what I do is something completely different than turning a wrench. I train businesses on how to grow through marketing and, all these different things and processes and how to implement process and how to price for profitability. That's stuff that people who just know how to do the work don't necessarily do. So who are some of the people that you run into on a daily basis who you would cross paths with in your industry? I know you would deal probably with some real estate agents, or you don't normally just deal with the end user, the home buyer?
Well, it's both. So hand in hand, I'm dealing with real estate agents, but I'm more walking closely with the home buyer. So, I have, like I said, when they do the application, I'm walking them through the whole process and I'm in touch with them, telling them what they need to do or whatever process we're in. I inform them of where we at and what to be expected. As well, I'm working with real estate agents as well, because, they have to stay informed of their clients and see what progress they're making and when are they going to be ready to close on their home. So those are the major two people that I'm working with. First is the client, and second is going to be the real estate agent.
Cool. Yeah, and another thing that just some things that I saw. My ex-wife used to work at a real estate firm, and what they did, some of the lenders would come in, just kind of do a little sales presentation about what you do, how you partner with me, and that type of networking really did well for them. You know, a lot of people, you know, just having that person, having yourself in your back in the real estate agent's back pocket is huge for both of you guys.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, the meeting you talk about, man, I just ran through a few of them last week, and I got a few more scheduled. So that's in this industry, man. It's like you got to take care of your real estate agents because if you think about it, when people want to buy a house, they don't think about going to get their finances straight first. They think about going to the real estate agent.
Correct.
So in turn, that real estate agent is going to refer them to whatever lender partner that they're working with. So that's why I go in and I gotta build partnerships and relationships with the real estate agents so they can refer their clients to me.
Yeah, that's very smart. You know, like I said, I like being in sales. That's the reason why I wanted to link up. Mostly was because this cross promotion thing for everybody. You know, you're from Raceland. You know, your family's from Raceland. You know, we grew up in a different type of environment than a lot of people. So seeing people come and do something different that is actually, you know, working for yourself, you know, doing the things that, you know, you need to do for your family. Right. That's what I'm trying to promote more than anything. You know, there's shining light on the path that you took. That's really helpful for a lot of people. I'm sure it will be. And, you know, anybody who wants to come in and you know, hit me on a sidebar on a DM and we can, you know, talk about, you know, some of the paths that you could take, you know, that align with his career, you know. So yeah. And look, like I said, I'm gonna cut this up a little bit, but yeah, man, look, I'm glad that we was able to talk today, man. We still be talking, but like,
man, me too. I've been wanting to catch up with you. It's been a long time. I wanted to catch up with you. I wish we'd have got it sooner, but you know, everything worked on its own time.
That's it. It was especially pumped up, you know, Mac Broussard came the other day, and we did a little small interview, and you know I'm still learning this stuff right here, you know, so it gets a little awkward at times, and you know yada yada. But he was spitting over here, and I'm a musician too, so he's gonna be coming over on Saturday. We're gonna be trying to put something down. He sent me a little track, and he was freestyling over here. I was doing like some little hooks for him, and so yeah, that's gonna be some. I've been editing that, so that's gonna come out pretty soon.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You got 3 kids or 2 kids?
Three kids, man. I got my son, he the oldest, he's 7. I got a daughter that's 5, and my youngest, she's 3. So yeah, I got 3.
I got 7, 5, and 3, 2.
All right, come on.
Yeah, my oldest daughter Sawyer is 7. She's gonna be she turned 7 in December. I got a 5-year-old. She's gonna be 6 in July, and I'm about to have a 4-year-old in the end of this month. So
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because look, my youngest she in July, and my 2 oldest, both of them in November, so they're around the same months, man.
That's what's up, man. We got to link up when they do a little cooking or something.
Oh yeah, man, that'd be good. That'd be real good, man.
Yeah. No. Your family still lives in Raceland, or?
Yeah, they back and forth from Raceland in Texas. So you know, I go down there every so often, you know, chop it up with some of my people. But you know, I'd be so busy, I'd be moving around so much, man.
Well, that's what people should aspire to do. But the other thing is, man, I did see that you're registered in 2 different states, and that's big. You know, especially that's something that people should also think about whenever you have a hustle and you have to get licensed. You know, my profession, people have to get licensed from a state mechanical license. That same license to be a contractor for HVAC, you could do only in the state of Louisiana. So if you want to go do some work in Mississippi or some work in Alabama, you have to get relicensed. So I'm glad that I saw that you were doing that because you're already back and forth, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And the thing about it, you know, the great part of what I do, man, I can do it remotely. I do it from my house. As long as I got internet connection, a good laptop, you know, I can complete my work. And like I said, yeah, being like you were saying, you know, being multi-state licensed, that's always a good thing in the industry because you can always link up with different real estate agents that can send you clients from different states. And like I said, you're doing it remotely, you can do it from your house. And that's what I do. So I'm looking to expand a little more, get into a few more other southern states to get licensed. And, you know, the sky's the limit with the industry. Anybody that's looking to get into it, man, it's very simple. You could take a 30-hour course. No, I'm sorry. You take a 20-hour course, 20-hour safe course, and it could take you, it took me a weekend to do. I completed the course in 3 days. I studied for my license exam. I got licensed, and then I got sponsored with a broker. It's really entrepreneur driven. You got to have a spirit to want to be successful. You got to get out and hustle. Like you said, you're familiar with the sales, working sales. So you know the grind that you got to put in, cold call and all that. Like you got to really get it in to eat. And a lot of people, they don't stick with it because they get deterred by not being successful in the beginning, and that's only natural, man. If you're new to the industry, a lot of people not gonna take you serious. But if you keep staying at it, keep being consistent and persevere, you're gonna be successful. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, no, consistency is the key for almost every action that you take. You do an action once, you go work out one time and you're all busting it down and you feel strong. And then you don't do it again for another 2 years. It didn't mean nothing, So that's kind of the same thing. We play football together, so we learn a lot of those same type of ideals through sports and sticking with it and having to stay consistent with your actions to be the best version of yourself on the field. And it's the same thing with sales and just hustling in general. I know what you're doing is a very, very hustler driven type of thing. You got to have that ambition because, like you said, in sales, you a salesman. You're selling yourself. You're selling the value of what you can provide, but you're also selling yourself. And because just as me, there's probably 30 different distributors people could buy AC parts from. But me being an outside salesman, I got to go knock on doors. I got to be shaking hands. I got to be making cold calls. And you got to do 3 times the amount of calling just to get the amount that you want,
Right.
So look, a lot of people out here in the racing area, y'all already hustling. Y'all already doing a hell of a job working your ordinary jobs. But we want to start thinking about stuff different so that we can reach a higher goal. That's the whole reason why, I really wanted to start to shine some light on some people who are really doing some great things because at the end of the day, it's not that hard. What it is, it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of grinding. And look, we already doing that, right? If you come from poverty at all, or if you come from any type of lower middle class, you already grinding. Right. It's just you ain't grinding for what your real thing should be. And I think that's really important to see people like yourself who have really taken the effort and just go after something that's not ordinary, And let me ask you something about this. This is something I've been seeing on YouTube, a lot of ads for patent offices. People, you work with patent people a lot?
Nah, I haven't worked with a patent person. Nah, I haven't. I don't even know anything about the field.
Because y'all don't have to have like any type of I'm sorry, not patent. Notarization. All
right. So yeah, like in my field, that'll be taken care of with the title company. So the whole process of buying a house, the title company, they kind of deal with their notarizations and all that. That's when the title company, that's an attorney. He doing all the legal and documents and doing the research of the title property. So they handle the notarization as well. Yeah, but that's another field that I see a lot of entrepreneurs getting into as well. I mean, there's a million things you could do, man. It's a lot. So like for anybody that want to get into anything, just do your research, look up different fields where you could, get licensed or find out whatever the requirements are to get in the field. There's a lot of things you can do. And like you said, that's another one that's starting to be popular.
Look, let me tell you guys something for people who are going and thinking about hustles and stuff like that. Man, patents and I mean notary, it's in a dire need right now. I tried to get something notarized the other day. Called 16 places. I couldn't get one. So these places that they full. they more people need them than you think. You being a person who does what you do, being a notary on the side may actually help your own business. Because like I said, I had to pay $250 for a lady to sign a name 10 times. So it took me about.
I'm gonna check it out.
Having that dual type of thing. My fiance is a professor at Nichols. She's thinking about doing it just on the side, having an while she's in her office hours, just doing notary. So again, you already deal with a lot of real estate people. They got to get stuff notarized all the time, just small little notes and stuff. Being in their back pocket for that could be a whole nother way that you can align. Yeah. But yeah, man, look, I really appreciate you talking. I'm not going to waste a bunch of your time. And this is a great exposure point for both of us. I'm just learning how to use my own equipment and I'm, still trying to get my groove in here. But I really appreciate you taking the call, man. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to edit another little introduction thing for you and put some music to it, some little underneath our face and everything, put your name. So that's what I've been doing with all the other videos. So I'll send you something before it comes out. I'll take, it seems like we do you have anything else that you might want to provide that you think was be necessary for this?
Yeah, like I know your target audience was young kids coming from the area of Raceland, and I want to tell y'all this, man. It don't matter where you from. You could be from Raceland, you could be from New Orleans, you could be from Miami. It don't matter, man. You gotta have that drive and focus in your heart and in your spirit, man. You could do anything you want. Don't let nobody deter your dreams. Stay focused and stay ambitious, man. Gotta get it. It don't matter what you trying to do. You could do it, man. Just put that fire to it, put that ambition to it, and keep going. You'll be able to be successful. Believe in yourself.
That's great. That's a great message. And I also want to just say this. It's really, really hard to get from the bottom all the way to the top.
Yeah.
We got to really work our way up to this middle so we can all lift off from the middle to the top together. That's why we want. That's it. Lift everybody up who needs the help, even if it's just somebody to talk to,
Right.
It's the beginning of a movement. I'm hoping to start some wave of energy in this town. And I really appreciate your contributions to this conversation.